Hello, welcome to Revelator Alf. So today I'm talking about writing and how to become unreserved about your writing. So, for many people, it's very difficult to express themselves either verbally, but certainly to commit thoughts or ideas to paper or on a laptop or whatever the case may be. But for some people, they have an urge and a need to write. Now, it could be start off at an early age, writing a diary, a journal. And it could be a purely description of your day, or it could be a reflective piece of your day. There are many different ways to write a diary, of course, a journal, of course. And it's exactly the same for writing, whether you're writing for a magazine, whether you're writing short stories, or you want to write your first novel, whatever the case may be. It's a combination of description, of reflection, of conveying your own thoughts and ideas. So the biggest hurdle that you have to get over is actually committing to writing. So writing your thoughts down. Now, many people would think, "Oh, I can't write. I'm no good at writing. I'm terrible." Well, actually, let me give you an example. Some of the greatest writers of the 20th century, of the last 100 years, have been very poor technical writers. So, for example, Jack Kerouac, who wrote On the Road, was an incredibly poor writer. However, he had a very good editor who could actually take his ramblings and just split them up into good paragraphs and make it legible. Charles Bukowski was another one. They had Hemingway had a few issues as well. So there have been lots of writers, and continue to this day, who have had issues with their writing in a technical aspect. However, their words were fantastic. The point I'm trying to make is here: you don't have to be a technically gifted writer. What you have to start off with is getting your thoughts down. That's the biggest hurdle. However you want to write it. Don't worry about spelling. Don't worry about grammar. Don't worry about form and function and rhythm and engaging an audience. Just get your thoughts down. Okay? Then, as you practice, as you build up momentum with your writing, then you can start looking at spelling and grammar. Now, there are lots of programs out there, and for computer buffs, that will help you with your spelling. But any laptop or any computer already has a lot of this built in. If you go in the settings, you'll see there's a spelling grammar function as well that will help you along the way. But if you're ever in doubt about how to spell a word then you can Google it. It's so easy to check a spelling now. I do it all the time. I'm constantly, I'll be writing away furiously and I'll look at something and think, well, that doesn't sound right, or I want to check the meaning of a particular word, because I tend to interchange words a lot and interchange meanings, so that's just my particular style. So I'll look at a particular word, then I'll look at thesaurus and see if there are alternatives I can use that have that and fit into the same sort of flow of what I'm trying to produce. But it's about experimenting. It's about putting your ideas down. Once you've done that, and once you've got to a level of writing that you would think is acceptable for others to read, that follows some kind of grammar, that follows that is spelt correctly, so on and so forth. And you can get, as I said, there are lots of programs out there that can get your writing in a particular form, or certainly can get rid of all the spelling mistakes and grammatical errors. Once you've got to that stage, then it's about putting your work out there. Now, one of the greatest tools that we have in this day and age is for self-publication, if you like, is social media. Now, I'm not the greatest fan of social media. I used to use it a lot. I tend to use only one form now, but it's more about just putting my work out there, or putting links to my work, rather than me going on talking about things for hours and hours. But however, it is there, and you cannot deny that is a great tool for self-publication. So stop putting your work out there. Whether you now, the idea is that you just want to write and get your work out there, get a name for yourself, and get people understanding. So get a Facebook page and just start writing and see if people, your friends, like it, and ask their friends and get feedback. And then put it out there and see what people think. Then you can start look at writing for other publishers, whether it's a blog site, whether it's a website, whether it's for magazines, newspapers, that kind of thing, or whether you actually want to self-publish your own novel, or actually you want to approach publishers and see if they like your work as well. So that's obviously down the line, but all I'm talking about here is getting over that reservation. I liken it to writing to being a performer, or sorry, the author. You are a performer, and your writing is the performance, on stage in front of an audience. However, we as authors or as writers will be hiding in the shadows, and it's our performance that says everything about us. And you hope that the audience, the readers, engage with our work, and they want to see it again or read it again, or they also want to read our other works as well. So that's the essence of writing, and that is the essence of being unreserved about your writing, and just taking that first step and get writing, get practicing, and then just putting it out there, or self-publishing and trying to generate your own bit of interest as well. Once you've done that, then you'll obviously build up in confidence and so on and so forth. Now, one thing to note, you might say, is, okay, if I'm writing, do I necessarily have to become the social butterfly, and be the party favourite? Well, quite frankly, that's entirely up to you, of course. Personally, I do not feel comfortable, in that arena, in that environment. I actually feel quite uncomfortable doing this kind of thing, the video thing. I'm much happier in my own thoughts, writing away and trying to create something, that people will try and would like to read. Same with in a social sense. I enjoy on a one-to-one discussion, but I tend to struggle in big groups of people trying to hold conversation. I'm not saying that I don't like big groups of people. All I'm saying is that in terms of discussing, talking about things, I'm much better at writing than I am at talking about things. So again, it really depends what you are. Other people love to talk, but they're not very good writers. So we all have our strengths and weaknesses in this world. So for me, writing is a better format than a social media or videos or talking to lots of different people. Anyway, so hopefully that helps you. It is about getting your work out there. It is about putting yourself out there, and also having a bit of thick skin and not worrying too much what other people think of your work. That's really, I think, really quite important. I'm not saying you need to be arrogant about your work, but you need to have confidence in what you've written and just enjoy what you've written. And if other people don't like it, don't worry about it. It's not a problem. It's not a factor. Okay. Certainly at the early stage of your writing, just enjoy writing and enjoy getting your experiences out there. Anyway, I hope this helps, and join me for another video. And please leave comments below, subscribe, and tell your friends. And hopefully this helps in your writing process. Thank you.